Before we begin, I have a couple things to state before we dive into this one. This video will be doing a last final look at the Techland article. So what my plan is to look at the article and present a scenario that has a bright future for Dying Light 2. The community is mixed on whether or not it affects development. Remember what I said, civil war. So I've had a lot to say already in other videos that you can check out regarding this report, but I wanted to specifically focus on the best possible outcome for Techland with this report. And after asking my community two questions, which one did you want to hear first? Best case scenario or worst case scenario, or doesn't matter? A lot of you did say best case scenario, so I'm going to deliver. I'm not sure if best case scenario is the right wording here. Maybe best possible outcome is more suited for this. Additionally, I also asked, has your view on Dying Light 2 or Techland changed after the most recent article referring to the report? Overwhelmingly, a lot of you did say it has not changed my view, which I think is an important thing to bring up, because everything in this video that I'm going to discuss is what you want to hear, as what I'm saying is going to be more aligned with your opinion. So don't take anything that I do say as a confirmation bias to support your opinion. I'm just offering up a viewpoint. That said, when the other video does come out, I do ask that you take both into consideration and respect each other's sides. So now that I have said all of that, what is the best possible outcome here? Well, let's just get this out of the way. There is some truth to this report. You need to accept that. However, when Techland did respond via email, they did say that some of the incidents took place over 10 years ago, but it's still unclear on what exactly did occur, and I doubt we will ever know which ones they are referring to. But there are a couple in here that we can determine happened within 10 years, such as the CEO's wife being HR, that's still happening to this day, and the nature photo incident. But what I did want to focus on is that while it's still inexcusable, the things that occurred over 10 years ago, what has Techland done within the 10 years? If these problems have been going on since over a decade, how much did it affect them? Well, let's take a look at what they have. They were still able to deliver the original Dead Island series, the Call of Juarez series, and most notably Dying Light 1 and Dying Light the Following. While these issues were occurring, they were still able to deliver these high quality games. Granted, they've had some hiccups along the way, hiccup 1, hiccup 2, but most importantly, while their studio had major problems, they were still able to deliver the game that we all came to love, the original Dying Light. And I'm not dismissing the issues or problems that occurred at the studio, those definitely need to be addressed and dealt with as soon as possible. However, like I said, we still ended up getting the original Dying Light in the midst of all of their problems. Speaking of problems, their biggest problem, like they said, is their lack of communication all around. Internal communication, communication to the community about development progress is certainly not their strong suit. From what we have read and seen, the CEO has had a clear focus on a game that he wants. He wants it a certain way and up to his expectations. And while we have discussed the role of management in Techland on this channel, I think the best case coming from this article is the awareness on the CEO's actions. With all eyes on him and his company right now, it's arguably a smart decision for him to back off of his developers, for him to be less involved and to change the ways of the company. That would allow for real progression inside of the company to start moving towards finalizing and or creating a successful game. Like I've been saying, best case, them learning and hearing stories, acknowledging them about others' experiences inside of Techland and starting to move the company towards real progression is the best possible outcome. We have also heard throughout the entirety of 2020 that development is going smoothly. We get tiny updates here and there, and when Techland did respond to the article, they did say that they respected everybody's thoughts and opinions on their experiences. They did not dismiss the claims, they only stated that the CEO answered everything truthfully and honestly. And one last final thing I did want to share some insight on. It's the disgruntled employee argument and unknown sources. I see both sides of this one. If an employee leaves the company and it left a bad taste in their mouth, they will definitely talk about it and make sure that a lot of people know about it. I know that because I do that. I will make sure everybody knows how bad a particular company is that I have worked at if it was indeed bad. And in the article, Glassdoor reviews were used as a portion. However, I do think it's worth mentioning that people are more inclined to bash a company than to praise it. I mean, if you went to a store or a restaurant and you had a bad experience, you will most likely seek to find more ways to leave a bad public review for all to see, rather than if you had a good meal. And sometimes, as you express yourself, it's an exaggerated truth. On the contrary, once you leave, you have nothing else left to lose, and now you can freely express your concerns for all to see without the fear of consequences. And as for unknown sources, remaining anonymous should not be an issue. The fear of losing your job is certainly something to worry about when you talk about your company. So I do understand why you wouldn't want to be noticed. Anyways, that is what I think is the best possible outcome out there. Techland has been making games for a while, and a lot of the stuff occurring in the article has also been happening for a while. Does it really affect how the final game will turn out? We're just going to have to wait and see. Please note that this video does not dismiss any claims or issues occurring at Techland. I had a lot to say about Techland and how their management needs to back off and cool it. Probably got me blacklisted, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the success of this game. But in short, this video was to offer up some insight on what is possible if everything was in favor for Techland. That said, I'll have another video coming out this week, which will look at the other side, the worst possible outcome for Techland. So I hope to see you at that one. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you can subscribe. Please do like if you did enjoy, and stick around for more content to come. Thank you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.